Well, as you can see, we have now lost the wind completely, so there's just one thing for it. We're going to go for a swim. Steve first, just in case there's any sharks. They say chivalry's dead. Go on then.
Yeah, I'll go and check it out.
Hello and welcome to Bermuda, and weren't we lucky?
Yeah, this first leg of an Atlantic crossing can be a bit tricky, same as when you're going east to west. That first trip that we had to get down to the Canaries was you know, a little bit of a tough one, but this very, very different.
Yeah, I feel blessed. I hope you like the film. Coming up, keeping the light burning, one of the last kerosene-powered beacons in the world. The perfect start to our Atlantic crossing. Calm seas and wind on the beam. And we arrive in Bermuda, the island of battles, myths, and real ale. This is Hopetown.
You try to burn me down, but my spirit just refined.
A small collection of brightly coloured homes with a population of just 500 people. It is the jewel of the Abacus Islands because of this candy-coloured lighthouse, one of the last kerosene-fuelled lighthouses in the world.
So, I think that's a restaurant now, but it would have been the lighthouse keeper's house, I think.
Elbow Reef Lighthouse has flashed 3 lights every 15 seconds for the past 150 years, warning ships and protecting the reef that stretches 100 miles around the island. It says no noise.
No noise?
No noise. Don't know why.
Okay. Well, they have to wind this thing up every 2 hours, so it keeps going round and round, so the Fresnel lenses up there do their thing. So yeah, it must be like being on night passage. You have to get up every 2 hours and do your shift and wind it up.
I can't help making some noise. I think it's no rowdy noises. Wow. It's lovely, isn't it? The lighthouse is run by a trust called the Guardians of the Light, and the keepers do indeed work in shifts to keep the kerosene lamp burning and rotating, which is all done by hand.
Look at this. That's got to be the tanks for the kerosene, I suppose. I think. Oop. Hold your head. Smells like a ship.
I think you can go out here. If it's small enough.
So this is what needs to be wound up, this mechanism here, so that it turns that whole top section. You can see the runners here, it rails round, and this is filled with mercury, so it's just sitting, floating on mercury. Amazing.
What a view! What a pretty town as well.
Yeah.
See, it's got everything. Going down the 101 steps is easier than going up, but imagine doing this every 2 hours. It'd keep you fit. The town itself is just across the bay. Pretty homes, proud of their heritage, just beautifully kept. Soft pink colour, isn't it? This beach too has that pink tinge we've seen elsewhere in the Bahamas. And it was also home to the British loyalists fleeing the American Revolution. Some of the people who still live here can trace their ancestors back to those settlers. And family possessions have been donated to the museum. This is our last full day in the Bahamas, and for our last meal, we chose, of course, cracked conch, rice and beans. And we left our mark. Back on the boat, and the flat calm anchorage is a good place for a last-minute rig check. And just as well we did. One of the halyards is chafed.
Okay, so it's gone through the outer and half of the inner. So it's well worth checking that. You don't want that coming loose and dropping the sail down, which would obviously happen in the middle of the night, because that's what happens. So yeah, we just tie that off. I've just got it tied on now. It's happened before, this chafing. So yeah, we're due new lines. Going to talk to Marlo, and once we get back to Europe, I'm going to change all of our running rigging. So the swivel itself never induces any chafe. It's got these nice Dyneema lines on it. It's just the fact that it does have to be pulled down to get the right angle that does it with this line. So I'm just going to tie a halyard hitch on, which is basically around both like that, and in, and pull it up. A neat little knot. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, I'll do the job.
We're using the e-wincher a lot nowadays. We put our review video out last week. Job's done, and we go round to Marsh Harbour for provisions. This excellent dinghy dock is 15 minutes from the supermarket, which has everything we need. We're stocking up for our 7-day sail to Bermuda. There is a light breeze forecast, and the distance is roughly 850 nautical miles.
So this is our last view of land, this side of the Atlantic, going through the channel in the Aber Coast. This is the Man of War channel. There's a bit of a wreck over there actually.
A wreck and a reef here. This is what I'll miss, the reefs. Lovely. I've really enjoyed the snorkeling and the fish and the turtles, and that's what I'll miss. Well, the whole of the Caribbean, but particularly the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But we are looking forward to good food and a bit of culture and history and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, got lots to come, and it's going to be great actually. New places, the islands in the middle of the Atlantic, which are always fun. Madeira and the Canaries are a great one. So now we've got Bermuda and we've got the Azores, and we've always wanted to go to the Azores.
We have, but I've always wanted to go to Bermuda, so it's just as well.
Cool, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're clear of the reef now, skipping along quite nicely, only doing about 4.5 knots, all the sails up. There's not much wind, it's slightly on the nose, but it's supposed to come round. I've got the predict wind chart here, we'll have a look at that. But it's been nice to have Chris's team, Chris Parker, do the weather outlook really, and find the good weather window for us. It's just somebody else looking and knowing that, you know, you're not going to get hit by something in 5 days time that you hadn't really seen, because it's looking at the big picture, so that's really nice. His suggestion was, if I put the thing up here, sort of to go north really, to get more wind, and you can see most of the predictions on here from Predict Winds, the weather models tell you that's the quickest way as well. Some of them have got us going south, but that's by motoring to begin with. Well, we'd never do that. We just wouldn't start out on a trip ever really and motor for half a day, which is sort of what it's doing on here. So we are going north. We might not go as far north as it sort of suggests on here, because if you do go up further, you might end up getting a bit wet. There's some thunderstorms. There's only one warning of thunderstorms on here, actually, on one of the routes. Earlier, a couple of days ago, it was full of them. It was just thunderstorms everywhere here. But yeah, if we bring this along in time, you can see the wind starts off in the southeast, comes around the southwest quite nicely, freshens up, and we might lose it a little bit just at the end going by this, but obviously we'll keep updating this, see how it goes. But I think that's our general plan. Stay a little bit north. I mean, the Great Circle North will be a little bit north of what the straight line here, the Rum line, says anyway, so that's the shortest route. And yeah, hopefully it should be, well, 6.5, 7 days, I should think, and you can do this in 5 if you've got good wind, but I don't think we're going to get good wind. Not strong wind anyway. It'd be nice though.
Our first day and night look like this. We head north as predicted to catch the breeze. But then the wind does come round, and by the evening of day 2 we are back on track. And, well, I couldn't ask for anything more really. Well, it's been a pretty perfect day today sailing. The sea state is pretty calm. We've been doing about 4 or 5 knots in not quite the right direction, but nothing to worry about. And we're settling in now for our night shift. Now, people have asked about our night shift, and we're quite lucky because I can sleep pretty much any time, and Steve tends to stay up later at night and sleep in the morning. So our model is this. I go to bed for a couple of hours after dinner, and then I stay up for 12 till 3. Steve does 3 till 6, and I do 6 till 9. And then we catch up during the day. We tend to have naps, and that suits us. It suits us very well coming over across the Atlantic on our ocean crossing that way, and that's the model we're using now. So actually it's going to be a lovely evening, and I am looking forward to it. So dinner first. We still don't have a freezer, so our first few days of meals are usually the best.
Yeah. It's good.
Pork, mash and rocket is a favourite, with some Caribbean spices.
It's actually a jerk chicken sauce, but it works perfectly. Lovely.
Well, we have almost a full moon tonight, which is absolutely lovely. We're not making that much progress though. If you have a look at the chart, I would expect to be a little bit further along on our second night. But hey, all good. It's been just a really smooth ride, and frankly that's worth quite a lot.
So this is the second stint for me, the 3 till 6 one, which I find a little bit more difficult. The moon's just set behind me as well, so it's pitch black now. But I normally play games, things like that, on the iPad. Let me just turn the backlight up, actually you can see me better. And if you're playing stuff on an iPad, actually it's good to get a handset and do it through there, because it's done by tilting the iPad or an iPhone or whatever you're using, and it's alright if it's nice and flat like this, but normally you're getting kicked around a little bit more on the boat, and that sort of upsets it. So the handset's a good idea. Get some good headphones as well. I like these ones that are not in the ear ones, so you can sort of still hear what's going on outside. If a sound's flapping, something's going on. You can watch things. I download stuff on the phone sometimes. We've got the Starlink going, and we can have that all night. With the Mini we can have it on all night if you want to, but you're on premium data when you're offshore, so I tend to download stuff ready, podcasts, that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, always find things to do. Get up and have a look around every now and again as well. Remember, things can come from behind and hit you just as well from in front. I mean, sometimes actually sit the other way around if it's a bit cool. It's nicer in the cockpit sitting the other way around. But yeah, every 20 minutes have a look around and make sure everything's good.
There's lots of sargassum floating around, which is not good for fishing off the boat because the line keeps getting caught. But not to worry, the morning does bring these visitors. I think this could probably pass as almost the perfect passage. The wind's been right on the beam or slightly behind for, well, 4 or 5 days now. We're doing 6-7 knots. Wind's just dropped now, first thing in the morning, but it's due to come up again. And we've got 2 or 3 days to go. I mean, what's not to like? Look, this is the sea state. Utterly perfect. Our new game aboard is Quirkle. Well, the cards kept blowing away. We play this once or twice a day and then just look at the sunsets.
Well, we haven't done much filming during this passage, but that's really because lots happens, and that's a good thing because it's been absolutely perfect. We've had full moon, which is just setting at that side now. The sun is just about to come up. We're on day 5. The whole way, apart from the first day where we had to motor for a few hours, has been pretty perfect wind for a nice sort of slow, easy sail. It's been 10 to 15 knots on the beam. And we've just been chugging along really nicely. Amazing. I think it's the best passage we've ever had. Looks like it's going to be the same, maybe just die at the end, so it'll finish as it started, maybe with a little bit of motoring. But yeah, what a nice passage. Very good.
Well, as you can see, we have now lost the wind completely, so there's just one thing for it. We're going to go for a swim. Steve first, just in case there's any sharks. They say chivalry's dead. Go on then.
Yeah, I'll go and check it out. We never managed to do this in the crossing coming over because we had just really good wind all the way. Always wanted to have a swim in the middle of the Atlantic. Not quite in the middle, but about 500 miles offshore. So
that's middle enough for me.
Yeah, let's see, it's going to be very deep. Ooh. It's cooler than the south back on the shore, that's for sure.
Cooler than the Bahamas, what a surprise.
Yeah. Ooh, it's nice though.
You see the bottom?
I'll get my goggles and have a look, see if I can see a shark.
Okay. We put out a fender for safety, but the boat isn't going anywhere. There's 5 kilometres of ocean below us.
It's the most amazing deep blue. It's an incredible colour. You've got to come down with your goggles on.
Yeah, okay, coming.
It's a bucket list thing for me. So pleased we've had this still day.
You're not going to be pleased when we have to motor now, then?
No, I'm not. I'm going to stay here. Stay here till the wind comes up. When did you say? 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We motor for a while and then overnight the wind comes up a bit and we sail slowly. We're in no hurry. Bermuda is surrounded by a massive 280 square mile reef. If you come in from the north, you have to go round the whole thing. We're coming from the south, so we can see the mainland, including the capital Hamilton, as we make our way up to St George's.
So these reefs come out quite a long way. You've got to be a little bit careful going around here. We've got a motor, which is a bit of a shame. We've lost the wind completely. But it's nice to be here.
Yeah, it is. And it looks like we're getting close to the reef, but we've got 20 metres under us. But it's a very sharp incline, I think. We're going to follow it all the way round now to St George's, where we've got to check in. It would have been nice to have had a bit of a rest before we check in, but we spoke to the Coast Guard and he said, no, you've got to come straight away.
Yeah, they're quite strict here, which is fine. So yeah, we will motor around. We'll get there in reasonable time. It'll still be light by the time we're there, so it's absolutely fine. So the Coast Guard's asked us to call when we're just east of St David's Lighthouse, so I'll give them a call.
All the paperwork is done online, so we call the Coast Guard with our details.
That's received. Did you manage to make the online submission over?
Yes, we have. We've had confirmation emails back, so we have a reference number over.
Sarah, Bermuda Radio. Yes, I see the information there. So if you could go to anchor and clear customs, customs are expecting you.
Copy that. Yes, we're going by our charts. The customs are on Ordnance Island. Is that correct? Over.
Yeah, that's correct. Their office is on the northeast corner of Ordnance Island. The dock's out of service at the moment, but if you tender in, the dinghy dock is opposite. Over.
Okay, that's great. We should be with you in about an hour.
Thank you. Bermuda Radio standing by. Have a good stay in Bermuda.
Thank you. Standing by 16. No, you're fine. Just getting this one shut. Haven't seen this many boys in a while. You can tell this place is run by Brits. It's like coming in the Solent.
Except they've got the red on the right. They're American.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they've got to get it all the wrong way around. I bet that really pains them.
There's a channel through to St George's called the Town Cut, where all the ships go. Even the big ones. And then a quiet, flat anchorage.
So after such a lovely passage, I think we're feeling very lucky to have such an amazing anchorage, isn't it? It's one of the nicest we've ever been to, I think.
Amazing anchorage and an amazing place. I had absolutely no idea, so I started researching how much there is to do here.
Yeah, people tend to come for a few days, I think. I mean, one of the things is when you stop here, you can have a 5-day sort of pass to do it, but it only cost us, well, less than $100 to have 6 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, 6 months, so that was fine. Yeah, it was £70 for 6 months staying here. But on land as well, there's a good bus system, there's loads of things to see, there's a tourist office.
The customs office is just here, nice and easy to get to, but the dock is a bit collapsed, so they don't ask you to take your boat in, they just say come in with the dinghy on the dinghy dock opposite and go across, and that was a great experience as well, wasn't it?
I think that was the quickest and nicest check-in ever. Everything's done online. So actually all the customs officer had to do is tell you where to get the best beer.
He did, yeah, he just came out and pointed the way around. I mean, it's so rare to get a customs officer that's just really, really nice. I don't know why they're all so grumpy, but this guy, yeah, I mean, he's even got, I think, the Grand Cayman beat. They had the record for the nicest people possible to check in, but here they're even nicer and even quicker. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you can get groceries and do laundry.
So this is it, we're at the dock and Judy's just crashing us in. You're talking, not concentrating.
I am, I'm going to find that one.
So yeah, it's a nice little dock.
let's go and find a nice walk.
After 7 days at sea, a walk around is a good idea.
That lovely house.
Yeah. It's got a, I don't know, a strangely English feel to it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it has. Who's that?
It has.
Thomas More. Oh, Thomas More. Well, there you go then.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cobbled streets, pretty shops, and all the buildings have white roofs with ridges to collect rainwater. It's all been thought out.
So this is the square. They had some live music on here last night. We didn't come, we were a bit knackered, but it sounded good. All sorts of bars and things.
I know.
That's great.
Whatever. Bacon fish.
Yeah. And there is craft beer.
And yes, they do serve real ale, which they make in the brewery on site.
That's 24.
You heard it right, $24. But hey, it's his birthday this month. He's worth it.
Yes, I think we will have to save the going out for special occasions.
Oh, but that beer was special though.
Yes, it was.
It counts. I mean, it's not real ale as like you would get in England. You can't do that in these hot climates. It just goes off too quickly. So it's craft beer, IPAs. I mean, really nice. It was the last time we had decent beer like this was Grenada. They had a similar thing there, didn't they?
Yeah, and they had a brewery there on
brewery
site
there, yeah,
as
it's
well.
very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay, and the other thing that happened yesterday, of course, is this haircut.
The hair is gone. Yeah, so much nicer in this hot weather. Yeah, lots of places we've been just haven't found a hairdressers, and it was cheap actually, $35. Which I mean, it's not cheap. I've had it a lot cheaper, but
I could have done it.
For what you did it once during lockdown. Yeah,
did.
that's not happening again. But yeah, it's good. It's good. $35 I thought was a bargain.
Yeah, I'll miss the long hair. But no, we had such a fantastic sale. I don't know. I just feel, it was just too freakily lucky, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
because yeah, you can get hit by those sort of storms that come off the coast of America through here. There's lots of fronts going through, and for the couple of weeks before, it wasn't good at all. Lots of thunderstorms. We thought we're going to be in for a bit of a bashing, and then yeah, just the loveliest trip ever. I mean, it was slow because you can do that in 5 days, and we did it in just about, or just under 7.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I take that every time because it was
Yeah,
just lovely.
totally. It was lovely. And now we're here. We've got a month here, and we can really do some exploring because our middle daughter Chessie is coming out, and so we'll have a holiday.
She's coming tomorrow. The airport is just there. It's
Yeah.
just off camera, but literally we are parked seconds from it.
yeah.
So it's amazing, and it's a lovely spot. What an anchorage!
Yeah,
it's great.
it is. So with lots of diving, lots of treks, and the bus goes right around the island. So yeah, what's not to like? You can't hire a car here because of the traffic. So 1 car per household for the people who live here, and you can hire bikes,
Yeah,
bikes
or
and
little
scooters.
2-seater electric cars.
Yeah,
they do.
yeah, we saw. Yeah.
But I think they had an old railway here, which is now a walk.
Yeah.
So we'll hire some bikes and go on that. There's lots to do. We can be out. I mean, the reef system here, as if you saw from the chart on the way up, incredible amount of reefs here.
Yeah.
So we can just go out and anchor around that and swim and snorkel. It's going to be great.
Exactly. So a bit of a holiday, bit of an explore, and we'll see you next time. So thank you very much to our patrons, thank you to our subscribers, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.